at my watch and it reads 9:09, which reminds me of 909 Clinton Street and my buddy Sean, who I could make do almost anything just by saying, I dare you. I'd say things like, hey Sean, if you put your finger in this Play-Doh factory, I'll push down the plunger and shape your finger like a star. You wanna? Oh, come on, it'll be cool. I dare you. So Sean is jumping around, screaming like a banshee, the Play-Doh mangler attached permanently around his finger, the yellow handle slapping him in the eye every time he flails his arm, causing him to scream even louder than before. His mother, who was responsible for my first sexual fantasy, appears in the doorway wielding a broom like a samurai, with a look on her face as if she were expecting to find dingoes eating her baby right there on a brand new shag carpeting. My butt and that broom became well acquainted that day, which only enhanced that little sexual fantasy of mine. She cursed me up and down, vowing never again to let me see her son. Her rabid rantings followed me down the stairwell were like music to my ears. What a woman. Of course, we never took his threats seriously, because an hour alone with Sean's death wine, and hell, she would have let him play with the dingoes if he wanted to. Me and Sean were tight. He turned me on to my first line, backstage at CBGB's, huddled amongst mohawks with pre-show jitters and glue-stained lips. Peruvian flake, he said, makes the gods stop by to say hi. It took me 2 years to finish that line, amazed at how its flavor changed from coke to dope to speed to an insatiable need. Suddenly my world was up in smoke and all I could do was choke. And Sean, he took the express lane, exchanging straw for syringe, taking the main line to the final destination. And as for me, I stopped snorting and I started walking that fine, fine line. I took the scenic route. I started absorbing in life like a sponge. I went home, rang it out on page, and rebirthed it on stage. The ultimate high. So Sean, if you're out here and you can hear me through that white line fever, stop on by sometime and let me turn you on to a few new lines. Come on, I dare you.